Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Today I have another book review for you. I've really been reading a lot lately, surprisingly, because it usually takes me a long time to get through a book, but I don't know, for some reason I've been really knocking them out of the park. And well, one of the reasons I finished this book is because I listened to it on Audible. Now this isn't a sponsor or nothing like that, but I did listen to it on Audible, and it was only like 5+ hours, so it went pretty quickly, and I had a lot of leaves to rake outside, so I spent that time raking leaves and listening to this audiobook. So the book I want to review for you today is More Better Deals by Joe R. Lansdale. Joe R. Lansdale is one of my favorite authors. He's the author of the Hap and Leonard series. It's a popular book series. It also was a really good television program on the Sundance Channel that lasted for 3 seasons. I highly recommend that you check that out if you can catch it on, I don't know if it's on Netflix or Amazon, but I'm sure you can find it somewhere. Yeah, so that was a really great series. But he is an Edgar Award-winning author of just a whole range of books. A lot of his books take place in the 60s, and that's where this book takes place, in the 1960s. And it deals with a used car salesman named Ed Edwards. He's sort of a down on his luck car salesman, but he's pretty good at his job. But you know, he's just barely making it by like everybody around that time. And the business that he works for, Smiling Dave's, it's one of those car dealers where they turn back the odometers and they shine up the tires and make them look nice even though they're really bad tires. And so it's kind of even though they're not the worst guys in the world, they're used car salesmen. They're the typical used car salesman where they get their reputation from. So yeah, so he's working at this car dealership, and a woman and a husband, they had previously purchased a Cadillac from the dealership, from the owner, and they neglected to pay their payment, so he is sent out by the owner to repo the car. And when he goes out to repo this car, he meets the wife, and the husband's nowhere around, and he immediately has a connection with her, and the two, he goes to repo the car, but she says that the car is not there, and then he goes back in the middle of the night and finds the car, and then the two, let's say they have a relationship, and because the husband is nowhere to be seen, she says that he's off selling encyclopedias. This is in the 1960s, and yeah, so they have a relationship, and well, that's where the story takes off, and it's a wild one. After this point, the two eventually hatch a plan to get rid of the husband. He's very abusive, and well, I'm not going to go further into the thing, but like every Joe Lansdale book, it's one thing after another, just one thing. It's a typical noir type of story where the protagonist he just can't catch a break. Every turn he steps, every turn he makes, something unfortunate happens. And even though he has the best intentions in mind, things get out of hand, and it's just one crazy ride. And I really loved every minute of it. This book had me laughing. It had me, it was just, Joe Lansdale writes he comes up with some of the greatest dialogue I think to ever been set down on a page. I wish people spoke the way his characters do in real life, because it was really entertaining to read. But yeah, it's a dark story. It is a gritty story. It is a racially charged story, like a lot of his work. It takes place in the 60s, so it is racially charged, and it's just very entertaining, and I really loved it. So yeah, More Better Deals. If you want a quick read, it's like I said, it's an audiobook. It's only 5 and some hours long. So it's not the longest story in the world, but it's a fast pace, and it moves along at a clip, and it's really worth your time. In my opinion, it's worth your time. So yeah, I give it 5 stars out of 5 stars. Joe Lansdale's More Better Deals. I'll have a link for you in the section down in the description section down below if you want to pick up a copy for yourself. And until then, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you again. Thanks. Bye.